Good evening, everyone. My name is Shauna Schwartz. I'm a student financial services counselor in the Office of Student Financial Services at Hofstra University. And tonight we will be going over special circumstances for 2026-27. At the end, you'll have an opportunity, we'll do some Q&A. If you have any questions, feel free to type them in, and we will answer them when we get to the end of the presentation. So, what is a special circumstance? Special circumstance is a reconsideration of your application for financial aid um, for the academic year due to any kind of extenuating circumstances. It also can be referred to as professional judgment. Every school calls it something a little different. So basically, what does this mean? When you completed your FAFSA for 2026-27, you are required to report your 2024 income as it was on your tax return. However, if you've had some kind of change and your 25 or your 2026 income is less than what was earned or received in 24 due to specific special circumstances, you can ask for a review of your financial aid eligibility. This review is for federal financial aid only, and a review does not guarantee that you will get any additional financial aid. What are some examples of special circumstances? Unemployment, change in income from your job, a divorce or separation situation for parents, the death of a parent, excessive medical expenses that exceed 7.5% of your adjusted gross income, or a catastrophic occurrence, a one-time event, a natural disaster. Um, these are just examples. If you feel obviously that you have some other kind of special circumstance, you can reach out and it can be discussed. So, what kind of things do we need or what is needed for special circumstances? You would have to have your 2026-27 FAFSA on file with us and have an SAI that is greater than zero. Because this is for federal financial aid, if your SAI is zero, you're already getting maximum federal grant money. So there would be nothing additional that could be offered with an adjustment. Um, the verification process would need to be completed if you have been selected for verification, and you would do an intake with your student financial services counselor or your child's student financial services counselor that's assigned to them. You would be asked for supporting documentation, including a signed intake form, um, and other documentation that would support your request, such as a death certificate, a letter of termination or proof of unemployment, a divorce or separation agreement, your most recent pay stub. Again, the documentation that would be asked for would be based on what the special circumstance is. So these are, again, just some examples. Um, when you do your intake with your student financial services counselor, you will let them know what the issue is, and they will let you know what documentation um, they're asking for to continue the process. So after you do your intake, all of the documentation would be uploaded into your student's portal. You can see on this screenshot on the financial aid services page of the Hofstra portal is a link to upload documents, and everything can be uploaded securely to the portal, so everything would be safe and secure. And this is another screenshot of what it looks like. So when you get to the page, you would choose the file type, or you can indicate, I do not see my document listed. However, usually after an intake, the counselor will set up a document so that there will be a place for everything to be uploaded. After it's uploaded, The review will happen and the counselor will make a determination if additional aid can be offered based on the change. We highly recommend that you make an appointment with us at hofstra.edu/SFS appointment. You can also call our office at 516-463-8000, and you can email us at sfs@hofstra.edu. At this point, if you have any questions that you would like to ask, we will be answering. So please feel free to put your questions in now. So somebody asks, is there an increase in grant eligibility? So yes, for with special circumstances, one of the reasons why we would go through the process is to see if we can get you an increase in federal grant eligibility. This process is specifically to see if you can get an increase in federal aid or sometimes to be able to offer federal work study or a subsidized loan. Are there any other questions? Um, let's see. So you asked about how do I know my SAI? Your SAI is on your FAFSA. If you go to studentaid.gov and you review your FAFSA, it will tell you what your SAI is, but we can also review to see if you have an SAI that is greater than zero. So the question is, if other schools are offering more, how would we start that conversation? That's more of an appeal situation. You can reach out to our office and we can review the information and see if we can put in an appeal for you for consideration for additional aid. Does anybody have any other questions? We're still doing questions at this time. So I have a question about two students starting college in the fall. With the federal government, they no longer calculate more than one in college. And we do have a process for sibling enrollment. So you can call our office and we can give you the paperwork and discuss that with you in more detail. But basically, we can review for multiples in college. So there's a question about if other colleges offer more, I guess, than Hofstra. That's also through our appeal process, and you can contact our office, and we can give you more information about that. If you have questions about finding things on your FAFSA, or just help with your FAFSA in general, the Department of Education does have a live chat and a telephone number, and they can assist you in navigating their website, and helping you find anything you need to find on the website. Does anybody else have any questions? We'll keep it open for a few more minutes if anybody has any other questions that they'd like to ask. So regarding subsidized and unsubsidized loans, subsidized loans carry no interest while the student is in school and through the grace period. And the unsubsidized loan does accrue interest, but nothing needs to be paid while the student is in school. If you had to say one was better than another, then subsidized is better, but both can be available to the student. So, if you're going to choose, you would choose subsidized first, but both are good options for students to borrow. So, if you file an appeal for this upcoming year due to a change in 25 income, your when you get to 27, 28, and the FAFSA requires your 25 income, then that would be what you would report. If 26 is lower, then you could always submit a request for another special circumstance review. I hope that answers your question. Um, okay. Um, okay, we still have some questions coming in. We're getting the answers out to you. Please feel free to keep submitting questions. Still have time. Again, we're still gonna stay in for another minute or two. If you have any additional questions to submit, please feel free. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to contact our office. Um, I'll put the contact information back up so that if you need to, you can reach out. Feel free to make an appointment. Um, this recording will be posted shortly on our website. Um, The specific questions and answers will be the ones that we answered live will be part of the recording. Otherwise, if you have additional questions, please feel free to reach out if there was something that didn't get answered or that you want more information about. Again, you can call, email, or feel free to set up an appointment with us. Our phone appointments allow you 30 minutes with a counselor. So, um, you can absolutely do that. Seems like we might be at the end of our questions. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us this evening. And we hope to hear from you and see you at our future Admitted Student Day events, or in one of our appointments or in our office. And I hope that this was informative and have a great night.